Blockhead cryptocurrency news.
CryptoSLO with more crypto gains. Welcome to Blockhead Cryptocurrency News, the latest, greatest crypto news delivered every Sunday by me, CryptoSLO. If you haven't already checked it out, please see the link below of the new CryptoSLO cryptocurrency, which helps directly support the channel for me to keep bringing you guys great content. So let's get into it. All right, coin market cap sitting at 144 billion. So not too bad. BTC dominance slipping a little bit down to 50.2. Possible sign of an altcoin run. We shall see. Bitcoin at 4105, not too bad, but there's a lot of hype right now. It looks like it really needs to break the 4200 to get going to that next level. But honestly, at this point, it can drop so rapidly that I don't give it much merit. So really what's going to fuel Bitcoin is going to be use, and I'm seeing that through Tron. I mean, it's bottom line. Use comes before price. So if people are using it, then the price will follow. ETH sitting at 141.63, XRP still doing, just kind of hovering around that 30-cent line. EOS 418. That's a nice leg up if you got in the low when it was at the lows. Litecoin at 60.65. So not too bad, not too bad. As always, Raven starting to drop a little bit. I know I've talked about this in some of my other previous videos, but keep in mind that the inflation rate of Raven is very, very high due to the number of coins minted every day of 7 million. And fundamentally, nothing has changed about Raven. It's a fantastic project, but it did go up very quickly, from that 1 cent range all the way to 6 cents. So just be careful there. As you can see, it's trading way up off the 50-day moving average, and there really hasn't fundamentally, unless there's inside information, been any reason for it to trade so high. And 7 million coins, I mean, if it just keeps going up, then it'll be in the #1 coin market cap position in no time due to compounding effect. So you do the math and make your own decision. Each transaction costs Bitcoin network $45. Large improvements needed to beat Visa. So I'm not really sure what the point of this article was, but ultimately Visa has done nothing but give Bitcoin problems. From banks stopping people from buying Bitcoin with their Visa card, to people trying to launch crypto liquidation that you could spend your coins on a Visa card. Visa just does not want a competing platform. That's why I think really Bitcoin just needs to come out with its own lightning boxes and perpetuate those to businesses with lower fees, and just bypass the Visa network completely. So check that article out. It's kind of interesting, talking about the amount of money going through the network and such, and pretty interesting. This is very cool. Tron acquires first global blockchain app store, steps to decentralization vision. Once again, as I have spoken, Tron is all about use. So they have acquired CoinPlay. So what they want to do is kind of make like a Google Play Store of dApps, but for Tron. So you would be able to go to this ecosystem, the store, and from there you could be delivered to all these great dApps. So you'd probably have reviews. It's just a more easy way to find dApps and perpetuate the use and adoption. So very cool acquisition, CoinPlay. Looking forward to see what he does with this. Japan's biggest railway company to test out crypto payments. This is actually pretty big news. Once again, it's all about use. Everybody's so focused on the price and sitting on their bag that this really honestly is the most important part of the crypto adoption is use. You get the use, you will get the price. So this is major railway, and they would accept crypto payments. So very cool news. As far as which crypto it is, so no time. Honestly, I think it's going to have to be something fast. Bitcoin, unless it's on Lightning Network, isn't going to be fast enough unless they open payment channels, but that might add a lot of complexity. It's going to have to be something faster, so we'll see where that goes. Local Bitcoins has to enforce AML procedures. So this is actually a pretty interesting article, because I know on Craigslist there's been several I don't know if they're for real or not, but sting operations of people trying to sell their Bitcoins locally. But what local Bitcoin is a marketplace that connects people, kind of like classifieds, where there's trading of Bitcoin and other things. But now they're talking about anti-money laundering procedures. Ultimately, what it comes down to is we are entering a battle with our government that you don't have a right to have money that they don't know about, and that's really honestly it's your money. But they're already assuming that you're a criminal if you're not making all your transactions transparent. So, check this out. Who knows? They might have KYC and everything. But basically, if they say AML, that means the government is tracking this site, and they're looking into the transactions to make sure they're not illicitly laundering money. So, another U.S. bank stops customers from purchasing Bitcoin. So, we reserve the right to sole discretion. So Regions Bank Deposit, whatever Regions Bank is, I don't even know if they're that big. But anyways, just another article of how, again, the bank's trying to control the movement of your money. It's your money. So another reason. And this kind of goes along the lines of, true adoption of crypto is when people are only trading crypto for crypto and not crypto for fiat, meaning fiat can be used at different establishments, grocery stores, etc. So we're going to see where this goes. STO trading without a license is a big no-no in Hong Kong. So STOs are the new securitized tokens. Now, this goes back to what I was talking about with Raven. I think Raven is a fantastic project, but before you're going to see the true value of Raven, you've got a lot of legal groundwork to cover before you see Raven really truly go crazy. But anyways, they're just talking about how you can have securitized tokens. Things could be securitized and people are trading without licenses, and the concept of STOs is that they are government regulated. So think of it as a government regulated crypto. Big Four consulting firms dominate blockchain's job market, says Indeed. So this is very cool. So if you're possibly thinking of getting into a job of blockchain programming, solidity, anything like that, it's saying that the Big Four accountants are leading the way in blockchain jobs. So this is very cool for the tech heads. I myself have thought of learning how to program some smart contracts and such. I really think that those skills are going to be needed in the future, and you're going to have a new wave of people that are really grasping onto this technology, and blockchain programming is just going to be huge in the future. So On to the dApps. So looking at the Tron dApps, clicking the new button. What's going on in the dApps? So we did have some things happen over this weekend. I did my review of Tron Crush and how a bunch of people didn't get divs, and there was coins being minted on the side. That's why they did the coin swap. That is supposed. I can't prove that, but that explains why the price was so low on Kiwi. It dropped to $2, and then they pulled the coin. I would assume that's when the exploited person tried to move a ton of TCCs. Also into the crapper was the 150 site. So it was not an exit scam. Let's pull them up. However, what they did do was they turned the website off, and now all you see is an index. So this basically dropped the ability of possibly even getting paid if you were in line. Now, I do know that the Discord is still up and running, but once again, I'm not going to keep my fingers too crossed on that. The trend here is massive amounts of ROI games. So, you know, Trinopoly, that kind of looks cool. What do we got? No, let's see what Trinopoly. Nah, ROI. Yeah. So basically all of these ROIs, but what you have to watch out for is they simply, most of them are failing, and they're not sustainable. Also in big news, we saw P3T, I think it was P3T, one of the biggest ROI dailies. Basically the contract was going into the crapper, and that was because P3T did not support. Now, I did see that they had disabled the reinvest button from what I had heard. But anyways, that's another daily that bites the dust. Besides that, bankroll is still churning along. Let's do an update on that. See what the stats are. 105 million, 138 million in total deposits. Very healthy. We are waiting on luck, the launch of luck. So we're going to see how that goes. That should be pretty legendary once it gets going. But yeah, honestly, all these key and ROI type games I am staying out of. The only one I'm into is, of course, bankroll, because I like the sponsorship. I like that they're building the ecosystem. I know Tron Bank is big too, but you know, Tron Bank doesn't have the whale ceiling limit like bankroll, and we saw how fast P3 got drained. So you know, I give that, honestly glad I'm not in Tron Bank, because I don't think long term it's going to be around very long. So also on other dApp news, I have been playing the IOST games. There's two now. Bat Hash, I'm sorry, it's too complicated. I just can't get into it. Turn off the new. Okay, so yeah, I've been playing Endless Game. Pretty cool. Links down below. Similar to TronBet. Actually, earlier today, the system was not up. Let's see. Yeah, it's still not rolling. But Endless Game, 100 billion tokens. There's going to be a halving at 6 billion. So the IET will go to 0.5. So I'm most likely going to keep mining until we hit the 6 billion. I like IoT. Let's see what the price is doing today. It was almost up to a penny there for a little bit. So yeah, not bad. A little pullback off the big pop, but I mean, overall it's definitely trending in the right direction. We could see it come back down the line at like 82, 83, but the general direction of this is up, with the next major point resistance around 125 if we break out. Also on the IOST. Oh, and on that note of IOST, that brings me back to, I did start a little tutorial series on the playlist, and let's see where that is, right here. So anyways, to get started with IOST, there's the Google Chrome iWallet, how to add funds into your IOST, and how to add gas. And gas is like energy, like Tron, that you need to play the dApps. So that playlist is on my site if you want to get started with IOST. Like I said, it seems very early with these IOST games, just because the adoption doesn't appear to be as far along as it is with the Tron network, but definitely seems to be early still, with a lot of people getting into IOST, and the divs on Endless Game are starting to pick up. You do need quite a bit. Now, what am I rolling? I'm rolling on 96, and I'm typically keeping this around 25. And then I do auto bet. So that seems to be the best odds. And I will say, it does seem very fair. I've not seen any wankiness. Like, it rolls, and I've had times where it's exceptionally fair. I mean, it definitely seems like you get your 96, because theoretically if you rolled 100 times, you're supposed to win 95 times by the odds. But now also there is IOST bid. This is pretty simplistic. The first thing you have to do up here in the corner is toggle to English, and let's see if I won anything. I won some. So I don't even care. I'm just going through and buying them all because whatever. See if I won more than one. If I just won one. Looks like I just won one. Yeah, I don't even care. So basically, people can keep rebidding, and this little counter counts down. Once it gets to 0, the last person wins regardless. So that basically just means it will accept 39 bids. This will accept 99 bids. The bid price increases each time, and if you're the last person, you win the top amount. This top amount will increase as the bids come in, but every time someone bids, it resets the timer. So pretty simplistic game, kind of like a mini FOMO, but the odds on it are very low, like 0.3 IOST. So it's really not a lot. So you could throw a bid in and hope it goes through. So yeah, but other than that, there's a couple other IOSTs, but I'm kind of just waiting for there to be a lot of new ones. Now, and then there was IOST Joy. Oh, snake eating game. I didn't see this one. This is new. Oh, looks another Chinese-ish. Oh boy, I don't know. I don't know how to play. So snake eating game. So you eat the other snakes, I assume. similar to hypersnakes, but it's IOST snakes. So 5 IOST. Wow, that's pretty loud. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't even know how to turn or move. Ah. Jeez. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to work on that one. Obviously, I did not know what the controls were. So. So the better way to look at this would be to look at the guide. Oh, you just do it with your mouse. Left click to speed up. Eat beans to increase length. Avoid hitting other snakes. Well, that's simple enough. Let's try this again. So you use your mouse. Oh, okay. I got it. You're eating beans. And you're getting bigger. Oh, you can't hit the wall either. Alright, this game's gonna piss me off. So, so you can't hit the wall. And then you try to make your snake bigger. And now there's a turkey dinner. Oh, yeah. Oh, now there's other people in here. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. You gotta keep your mouse under control. Alright, this is getting... These guys, oh. I'm gonna cut this dude off. Dude, my snake's getting really big. Oh man. Alright. Oh, you can loop around yourself though. Oh man. This gets pretty challenging. Ah, he got me. Interesting. So I'm not really sure. Maybe you have to be the last snake surviving or something to win. So like here. So I'm back to the bid game. 3, 2, 1. I won. So that's it. Boom. So people aren't playing, so I'm just gonna keep taking my free IOST. So, anyways, that's this week's Blockhead news. Hope you enjoyed it. This is CryptoSLO as always. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.